There we go. You are live. You are live. We are live. We're on here live. So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is an international club, so I'm aware that some people may be watching this at different times of the day. We've got people from Hawaii, we've got people in New Zealand, we've got people in London, Australia, Jamaica. Um, and then people all over the United States, New Jersey, we've got Illinois, we've got Texas, we've got California, we've got all kinds of, you know, different locations in our group. Let me check this other device to make sure that you guys can hear me. And that's just my thing to do that because I just want. There we go. Yes. Different location. You can hear me. You can hear me. You can hear me. Hey, Suzanne and Ashley, thank you for watching live. I appreciate it. Um, Today is day 3. My name is Bess Parks, and today is day 3. I'm going to just get to it so that I don't run over. I did really well yesterday. I was even, I think, a minute early, so I'm gonna do better today too and keep the 30-minute session, thing going. So today is day 3 of the 5-day single mom level up challenge. This challenge I decided to do, or let me say we decided to do this challenge. We decided to do or I decided to do. I don't know what to say about that, if it was a we or I, but anyway, um, this challenge that was decided to be done is in honor of my mom. My mom was a single mom, and today, or not today, but this month is her birthday month. And so every month, every year in September, I do a single mom's level up challenge. And so that's where this comes from, um, in celebration of my mom. In celebration of my mom. My parents had gotten divorced a year before I was born, um, and yeah. So my parents had gotten divorced a year before I was born. So my mom was a single mom as well for my whole entire life. Um, so I just commend her for that. She did such a good job, and she made it look as though, um, and this is from my point of view as her child, look as though, hey, everybody does what we do. It wasn't until I had kids that I realized that my mom was really making it a point to to make things available for me and my sister, and to make us aware of things that are available to us. And a lot of the things she did, I turned around and did with my kids. And I thought it was just normal. I didn't realize my mom was paying for stuff. I didn't realize that there was money that was she was putting aside for that. I'm sorry, my throat is really dry. But I didn't realize my mom was putting money aside for that. My mom was a teacher. Mm, mm, thank you. That helped a lot. My mom was a teacher for over 30 years. So she was the teacher for over 30 years, and they got paid monthly. I don't know if this still happens with teachers, but they got paid monthly. So that means my mother had to had to steward and manage her money on a monthly basis. And then on top of it, in the summertime, if you don't teach summer school, you don't get paid. So she had to factor that in too. And then my mom owned a house. Um, back in uh, Back in the 70s, she purchased a house, and that was amazing in and of itself. When I was thinking about and talking about purchasing a house, my mom told me how she accomplished that. And how she accomplished that, she said she went to the builder, and it was a brand new house. She went to the builder, gave him $100. This is in the 70s, but she gave him $100 and told him, "I will be back with the rest of the money for the down payment on this house." And she bought that house, and it was a 1-story, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. It was the house that I grew up in, and we were there for 40 years. We were there for 40 years. Um, until my mom passed away and I ended up selling the house. But and moving to Texas. But anyway, that's another story. I've already told my story, my background story on day one. You have to go back and watch that replay if you want to know a little bit more about me. But today we're going to talk about this subject here. This is today's subject. Today's subject is the topic is walk it out. This in my single motherhood has been one of the most rewarding and um, challenging things to do with our schedules and with our kids' schedules and work and our relationships, with our friends and our family and things that that we do that fill up our schedules. I had to slow down and take time to do some walking. So what I did when my kids were young was I would definitely take them in a stroller and go walk them around the block. We would walk around the block maybe once, sometimes twice, depends on how much I need to walk. And I would just get in that fresh air. I would, talk to the kids and show them things and things of that sort. Of course, if they're babies, they're looking around, but I'm still talking to them because they found, hey, Tracy, thanks for joining live. Appreciate it. By the way, thank you for watching live. My name is Bess Parks. I'm the CEO and the founder of I like to say hashtag Single Moms Level Up and the Single Moms Club. Thank you for watching live here in the Single Moms Club, or if you are on our YouTube page on Single Moms Level Up. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching the replays, and thank you for sharing your takeaways or questions, or in the comments. Appreciate that. But back to my story, walking was something that I had to incorporate in my life. Um, I was not. I was not. Thank you, Diana, for joining live. I was not one of those people that really was into exercise. I didn't. I was. I was one of those women that used to be before I turned 30. I was one that could eat anything and not gain weight. So I never had to exercise for that. Plus, on top of it, I had asthma and allergies really bad. So while I was younger, I wasn't allowed to exercise because it was too much strain on my body because I was growing and I was allergic to almost darn near everything. The air that I breathed, everything, food I was eating, I was allergic to all of it. So in order to keep the reactions down, they didn't allow me to do a lot of the exercise because if they had just cut the grass, I would have an asthma attack. If it was an activity in the grass, I'm allergic to the grass, so I would have an issue there. So it was a lot. So I didn't really exercise in my younger years because of that. And then as I grew and they kept checking me and whatever else, basically on my whole school career, I did not do much exercising. I would walk, and on occasion I would bust out and do some track. And they wanted. I did really well during one of the PE classes, and I did some track, and the teacher totally forgot that I was not supposed to be running, and and so I went out there and I ran this. I ran the 220, and I ran it in a really good time. And he's like, "Why are you not on the track team?" And I was like, and I showed him my inhaler, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You need to go sit down somewhere." And I was like, "Oh man, I should have never showed him." But yeah, so anyway, when I became a parent, walking was something that I started doing, and it was something that helped me to clear my mind. It helped me to get all that everything that we have to do as single moms, to get that off of, just get it off my brain. So it did that, and then on top of it, it gave me the time to spend with my kids. I was able to spend time with my kids. We would walk around the block, and we did that all the way up until, wow, I think like hmm, maybe junior high or so with my kids. In junior high, by that time we were riding bikes and stuff around the block, which is what it, it just evolved into that. So we went from just walking the kids around the block when they were little, my son, to get him into the walking and to enjoy it. I bought him one of those little bubble mowers. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I ate something just before I came on, but I think I ate it too fast. But I bought him this little bubble mower. And so what it is it's a toy lawnmower. You put bubbles in it, and as you push it, it makes bubbles. That encouraged him to walk. So he walked. We would walk to the park. We would go to the park and walk around. Sometimes we'd drive to the park and walk around, and the kids would play on the play sets. They thought it was the best thing. They thought it was the best thing, and we got to spend time with each other and have some fun and giggles, giggle and laugh and all that, and notice new things. And so sometimes we just got to walk it out. Sometimes, when we are going through things, especially some hard things, we need to just slow down and walk it out. Walk it out. Walk around the block, take some deep breaths. They say that 10, at a minimum of 10 breaths, deep breaths, is enough to relax your body. The funny thing is that most people, and this is what they say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm just, repeating what I have heard and what helps me, um, and repeating what I've heard from experts and doctors and things. And what has helped me. And so taking deep breaths helps a lot when you're going through things. And as we go through life, the amazing thing is this: most people are not breathing, we're holding our breath. And you can hold your breath and still be talking, still hold a conversation, still, do a lot of things, but we're not taking deep cleansing breaths. We're actually just barely breathing, barely taking in a breath. And that's amazing. You'll notice that if you take a breath like that, that's a deep cleansing breath. Sometimes it's not possible to do that, and you realize, oh my gosh, I can't even take a deep breath. And then that's when we need to take the time to say, hey, what's going on with me? Do that self-love check and say, what's going on with me? Why am I a lot of it is stress, anxiety, worry. Those things are holding us back, and we need to just address it. And that's where journaling comes into effect. And journaling will help you to get all that stuff out. It will help you to address whatever's going on, especially when you journal in a specific, intentional way. If you want to see a journal guide in the way that I journal, I dropped that in the group. I dropped it in the group, so you can go look for it. Um, it is the Single Moms Focus Journal guide, and this is how I learned how to journal. And it has helped me. It has kept me focused for sure, especially in hard times. I can go back to it and see where I had set some goals, and bring myself back into alignment of with my goals and my courses of action, what I was supposed to be doing, and what I was going to do to reach those goals, and then what those benefits were going to be. And then the rest of the journal is for me to just write and just let out whatever I need to let out. I did that this morning, and I ended up being very thankful about a lot of things that have been going on in my life, and realizing that I needed to pray more about the things that are going on in my life and the things that I'm concerned about, um, in order to, uh, keep my relationships, going, because we can't control anybody but ourselves. And that includes our kids. We really can't control them, because when they're not around us, they can do and make their own decisions. And sometimes they're good, and sometimes they're not the best decisions. I'm not going to say bad, because we learn from our mistakes. So they're not bad. They're just not not the decision that we would desire for them to make. But we love our kids, good, bad, ugly, whatever you want to call it. We love them regardless, and we need to give them um, the the ability and know that they will be forgiven. They can be forgiven, that you do love them, and because you do love them, you forgive them, and spend time with them. If anything, this pandemic has showed me that I had lost touch with my children. Oh my gosh, Facebook just flipped out again. It did that yesterday. It did that yesterday, and I hope it didn't do that for you guys. Yeah, I think Facebook just oh, that's wow. Okay, I think Facebook just kind of glitched out. So sorry about that. This recording will be in there, and hopefully it's not glitchy. But sometimes that happens, Sometimes that happens. Um, but anyway, so what I was talking about was walking it out, and sometimes walking it out is a mental walking it out. Sometimes it's a physical walking it out. But the physical walking out will help you to mentally walk out and walk through whatever situation you're going through. Whatever situation that we are going through, we can walk that out. If we get moving and we focus on something else, breathing, walking, you know, noticing a flower over here, noticing this tree over here, noticing, hey, this neighbor said hi, this one's not so friendly, whatever, just noticing all these things. Hey Stacy, thank you for watching, coming on and watching live. But if we notice all these things as we're walking, we will become uh, aware of whatever it is around going on around us. Um, Believe it or not, nature will help us to see the light of everything and help us to get a better perspective. So get out there and do some walking in your neighborhood, or go to a park and go walk. Take your kids with you. um, Push them in a stroller, let them walk with you, all of that, and even go bike riding, and me and my kids towards the end, now they have their own schedules and they have their own things that they want to do, because I've got a teenager and a young adult, and he doesn't even live here anymore. He's moved out. But as they get older, high school and all that stuff, all those things, they don't want to do things and hang out with you anymore. But that doesn't stop you from walking. We could still walk. We could still walk through the neighborhood or at the parks or whatever, and clear our minds, and then journal about whatever's going on, and do that single mom prayer. By the way, I dropped that in the group too. I don't know if you saw that, but I dropped the single mom prayer in the group as well. You can download those things and print them out, and keep those for yourself. Those are just, some helpful tools that I'm giving you guys through the single mom's level up journey. My mom was my example of a single mom, and some of the things I'm doing differently, because things were not as readily as available as they are now for me. Back when she was raising kids in the 70s, things have changed. So with technology and all that stuff is now um, way way better than before, and a lot more. A lot of the skills that we had to do on paper, that my mom was doing on paper, can now be done on a cell phone. So I keep a calendar on my cell phone, and I put on the calendar, hey, spend time with my daughter, spend time with my son, movie night, do that. We have movie night, we have game night. These are things, that we would do to be with each other. I'll talk more about that tomorrow when we talk about relationships, and relationships outside of us. From our kids to significant others to family to friends, all of that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But tonight we're talking about just walking it out. That's what we need to focus on doing when we come into situations or circumstances that may stress us out or cause us to have some anxiety or worries about things, walk it out, journal, and walk it out physically so that you can walk it out mentally and journal about it. That helps us to walk it out. That helped me so many times. And I noticed that when I stopped journaling, that's when everything is stuck up here. Everything's stuck up here, and I really need to do a brain dump. That's a new word that I have phrase. It's not a word, but a new phrase that I have come across, and I was like, it's so really pinpoints what journaling does for me, is allows me to get these things off of my mind and put them on paper. And then as I'm writing, a lot of times the answers come to me, the courage to release something comes to me, the forgiveness comes to me, the direction comes to me as I'm journaling through that, and journaling through those whatever feelings I'm going through. It helps me to control my feelings, because our feelings should not be controlling us. We need to control them. Our feelings are not something we're supposed to stuff down. They are signals to us. And so I've learned that they are signals to us telling us that, hey, we need to pay attention to this. And why is this happening this way? Why is this feeling coming up? Where is this coming from? If it's something like anger or fear or guilt or whatever it is, whatever the feeling may be that comes up, we need to figure out where, especially if it's one that's limiting us to being the best that we can be for ourselves, for our kids. Those are the main things. The main people that we don't want to disappoint is ourselves and our children. So when we take care of ourselves, we take better care of our children. Because if we're not okay, they're not okay either. It doesn't matter how much we talk. Doesn't matter how much we talk to them about this, that, whatever, and how they should do this and they should do that and they should do this and they should do that. And we're not doing it ourselves through our actions. They're like, okay. And they turn around and go do what you did because they saw you do it, and they're like, well, mom does it, so it should be okay. So now our kids, we're confusing them with that, because our kids are like, well, mom is saying to do this, but she's doing that. She's doing what she told me not to do, you know and so our kids end up having that and not having the foundation that we really want for them. And then they go to school or whatever, and now they got the peer pressure and they don't know what to do with themselves. So if we're not okay, they're not okay. And we're sending them out to school, to college, to the world, and they're not okay. They're not okay. And don't beat yourself up if maybe you weren't aware of this, because I wasn't aware of it. I slowly, as I became, had more experience being a single mom. I've been a single mom for almost 22 years now. It'll be 22 years in November. And that's my oldest. My oldest is going to be 22 in November. So I've been a single mom for 22 years. That's 2 decades, over 2 decades. That's not really that long, but I took notes. Basically, I took mental notes and learned from the things that I did well, learned from the things that I did not do well, learned from what was working in my life and what wasn't working in my life. And that's what I'm sharing here with you guys in the Single Moms Club. And so these are some of the things. It's the journaling, it's the walking, it's the connecting with my spirit and praying, because single moms pray. And as I said, yesterday and day 2, prayer is not no deep involved. You don't have to always say the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer is the guide for it, but really, the true prayer is just talking and having a conversation. The true prayer is, oh God, help me. Prayer. It's a prayer. You know, we talked about that yesterday. So if you want to hear more about that, watch the replay for that. All the sessions are 30 minutes. They are they're being recorded, and I'm they're in the group. You can watch them in the group. If you want to find them nice and neatly all in order and everything, go to the guides tab, click that, and it will show you day 1, day 2, day 3, and it'll say, watch the replay here, so you can watch the replays there. And the replays will be available all the way through Tuesday, so of next week. And then after that, they'll be removed and placed in the archives to be used at another time in another form or fashion. So walking it out is something that I would incorporate into your schedule, your routine. So your assignment, and I have been giving assignments every day. They're nothing. It's nothing deep. It's not like high school or college. It's just some fairly simple assignments. Probably the deepest assignment was that single moms focus journal guide. Um, the single moms focus journal guide is probably the deepest thing, because it's not something that you can rush through. I intended to just give you guys one page, but I actually gave you the whole entire guide, because I didn't know how to separate it. It wouldn't load when I was trying to separate and put just one page. So I just put the whole entire guide on there. I charge for that guide, but I just gave it to you guys for free. But and it's okay, because I love the Single Moms Club. I love it when you guys come in and participate. And even if you're just watching because you're trying to figure out if you should even say anything and if this is a safe place, and it is a safe place. There's some rules that we have in place, where that we take very seriously. No spamming people, no, self promotion, no hate, no, none of that. Bullying is allowed. We keep this a private Facebook group because we want to have those type of rules in place. And hey, if people get out of line, we'll just you know tell them, hey, that's not what we do in this group. And they get, basically 3 tries, and then on the fourth time, that's it. They will get blocked from the group. So just to let you know, it is a safe place to say comments and questions and all of that stuff in the Facebook group. If you want to do that on YouTube, know this: YouTube is public. It is a public page, and I can't control that. I can't control that at all. I do my best to control it, and control the private Facebook group. I have more control over that because it's a private Facebook group, and there's some guidelines I could put in there. YouTube I cannot control. So just know that if you say things in the Single Moms Club, it stays in the Single Moms Club. It's not going to be taken outside of that, outside of the Single Moms Club, and used for whatever. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys joined in live. Thank you, Diana, Tracy, and Stacy. Thank you guys for watching live. For those that are watching. Thank you for those that are watching the replays, and thank you for the people watching on YouTube as well. If you want to join the Single Moms Club and you're on YouTube, the link is under day one. The link is under day one for you to join the Single Moms Club, or you could just go to Facebook groups and just search the Single Moms Club, and you'll find it. There's 3 questions to answer, and answer those honestly so that we can help you, better serve you, and help you within the Single Moms Club. So, again, your homework today, and I don't think I actually finished that statement, but your homework today is to put on your schedule, when are you going to walk it out with your kids? Put on your schedule when you're going to walk it out with your kids. Hey, we're going to go for a walk on this day. Just go around the block. 30 minutes, 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be super long, but just go walk with your kids and you'll start to see a difference in them as you keep doing that and spending time with them. So I did pretty good, even though I'm a little bit over, but I did pretty good today, and I'm glad about that. So let me uh, let me fix this. Okay. So I'm glad about that. And I appreciate you guys watching live. Much love to you. And hashtag single moms level up. I'll see you tomorrow. This is a 5-day challenge. This is day 3. We got 2 more days to go. Can we do it? Yes, we can. See you. Much love. Bye.